Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm making a joke, Mary. So, I have a friend named Sam, and I love him to death. We really are friends, you know. And he makes a comment every time I run over a block I forget, or John runs over this. So I'm going to teach him a lesson.
It was a conscious decision. John said, it'll drive over it.
Well, but this is a conscious decision.
Are you going to do one on each side or two on one side?
No.
Two on one side, really challenge it.
Oh, and I'm not even going to make them even. There you go. So
Oh.
let me close down the garage because it's windy today.
Rolly's digging over there. Oh, he's peeing. I'll give him privacy.
I don't even need these gloves anymore. You want to come with me? He's coming with us. You'll love it. He'll probably fall out in the hole.
Yeah, he'll like the bird poop. Oh no, are your radiator flowers in the way?
Yeah.
He's waterproofing his concrete, guys. It backfired on you. I guess not literally backfired, but it backfired. Maybe there's a reason?
Maybe Sam was onto something. How could I not drive over those?
I mean, you could, just not all the way.
I couldn't. I tried. So, come on. Come take a look. Sam, you're right. I should move the blocks.
You're doing some waterproofing, though.
How could I not drive over that with the front wheels? They just wanted to drag.
Yeah, they all saw it. Just wanted to. Did you mess up your cord?
Not yet. Here's your problem. There's tires in the way. I think I got those lined up perfectly, though.
Well, now, yeah, because of the front.
Man, what's wrong with me?
Rolly is very curious as to what's
Yeah, he
going
couldn't
on.
figure out why we're going off-road in the driveway.
He's been off-roading before, but...
He likes it. Right, Rolly? Alright, let's try that again.
This thing almost hopped off it completely.
We've been doing burnouts in the driveway, Mary.
I don't know if they're quite burnouts. Fighting that radiator again. Hi, buddy. Hi. Oh.
I wonder if this truck will do a real burnout.
Instead of struggle.
Do you think the 306 will go to 7,000 RPM like the Subaru did once?
Sure hope it don't.
What an ugly old truck. All right, so
what is it, Dad? Patina.
oh yeah, that's you know, that's hard to get this kind. This is 25, 30 year worth of rust, probably 40 year worth of rust to get it to look like this. You just can't.
You can't manufacture this. This
is a one of a kind.
So we know what it's worth, okay?
Yeah, I know what I got. So let's go ahead, Mary, and
your seat.
And let's do some jacking around there and get the tires back off. Do I got enough room over here with my old snowplow?
I don't know.
Oh, I got enough.
Just enough?
Just enough. Just enough space.
That's not in our logo.
They should come off a lot easier now.
Although it should be with how many vehicles we got in the yard right now.
I need to get rid of some. Again, nobody talked to me yet. Nobody wants to do my junk, so either they're not worth nothing.
You describe it as junk. No wonder.
Nobody wants to do my junk. Oh, and another thing, follow up. Last week, thanks for the thumbs up. I think we got 16 or 17, which is a huge number for us. So continue to thumbs up me, thumb down me. I don't care. We're trying to manipulate the computer system so more people will see our channel.
That's how you get shadow banned.
And it's interaction. It's interaction. So you have to interact with me through the like, comment, subscribes. Even if it's a dumb comment, I love them all. Just, you know. Anyways, let's get working on this, Mary. We got stuff to do. All right. So when Mary, she helped me with the 2 lug nuts were hung up, so she put on the brake. The brakes worked. So really what I've got in the house is a new wheel cylinder that I'm inspecting, but I was prepared just to put a new wheel cylinder on because I know it sat for a bunch of years. The lines are rusty on the exterior, but they never got dirt collapsed. So if I'm going to take this apart, I just wanted to be sure I had pieces to put it back together with and not have to wait. So anybody's ever done these before, you take this big axle off like this. We'll just put them up there.
What's a broken leaf spring for?
It's not broken.
The top. Oh, I
That's
see
the way
how
it's built. Yeah.
I see the thing now.
Whoa.
I didn't see it before.
I see, said the blind man.
Mm.
Oh, come on. Why is everything a problem? Is it because somebody put paint on there last week?
Hmm.
Is it future Darian messed over, you know, present Darian? Past Darian?
Oh, careful. You'll hurt your little brain thinking all about it.
Yeah. Well, that might be the end of that socket. You can see there's
Nothing.
Now I got options, and one of them is putting my head through that.
Oh yeah, I was about to show the people. These are very handy when you're trying to put stuff on the
Really?
imaginary bed, but when you're crawling underneath it all the time, that's a great hook to just stab right into your head. They're rebar, but I like to call them rhubarb.
Do you think the Craftsman will still honor this socket?
Where can you buy a single socket in store anymore?
Yeah, that. Let me show you what I'm going to do with this one, Mary.
Throw it away.
There. Now I have to do something with it.
Yeah, throw it away.
I found a shorty. I should have a 6-point, but I got these 12s. I don't know why.
Less points to
Well, yeah.
round out.
Well, no, but see, there's 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that matches it. But when there's 12,
I know
that's
why.
cut in half, and it actually is it'll roll over like that when you got a bad socket. So.
That's what I just said in less words.
So now on the internet, all car guys think, "This is the hammer I'm gonna hit with."
Be for real. You've hit it with a hammer.
I have such a pet peeve, you know. I don't like that. It's a pet peeve of mine.
Everything's a hammer.
Now, if there's oil in the case, back in there, if there's oil in there and it's even, it should be up to about here, and these bearings in here running oil, right? So you could jack up one side and have the oil run, but if there's no oil in it, then it won't really matter. We'll know here in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, the wind! The wind!
Okay.
Maple syrup.
So this is what they're calling a full floater.
I'ma move.
Yeah, it's gonna snot on it for a while.
The oil wind.
So this is what's called a full floater axle. Because if the axle breaks, the wheel doesn't fall off. It rides on a set of bearings. Like the front end of a four-wheel drive truck, whatever. Ugh. Now, this is a tool.
Really?
It doesn't fit. Imagine that.
Not big enough.
No, it's not big enough. I had a couple of these, and this was the closest one. So I'm gonna have to do what everybody else does, and they use their chisel and whale on it. And I just,
You gotta use a hammer.
I don't want to. All right, we'll let that snot come out of there for a second. It's good looking grease. I think this farmer took care of this truck. I mean, he didn't, but he did. All right, another delay, Mary. Well, I'll go get other tools.
The wind's shifting direction.
Let's do what you're never supposed to do. And put that right there. All right, not doing it.
Can't bring yourself to do it?
Nope, I need to go get a new socket. They're 25 bucks. That's just the way she goes. The other option is I could put some flat bars in there and make one. We can make one, Mary. Remember that 5/8 socket I threw away? That could be the center, and then I could put 2 pieces of flat bar on there and weld it all together and do the hokey pokey and turn that thing right out.
This seems like the excitement that you have in
It's manufactured hopefully anyways.
A Christmas Story when he gets that BB gun. This feels like the exact same amount of excitement right now.
Get my Red Ryder BB gun with the wood compass in the stock. Yeah.
That's it.
I could make a tool for that.
It felt the same amount of excited. Is it going to turn out similarly to that BB gun?
Well, it's an hour. It's an hour.
Is it going to go all to hell?
And it could work. Or I could just go down to the store, take that one, and I'll measure it, and then I'll know which size I need.
You could do both.
Anyways, you get that nut off, and then there's this locking system behind it. Then there's a second nut. Then there's a bearing. Then the whole thing comes off. And then we can look at the bearings, check the seal, check the brakes, change the wheel cylinder if it needs it. If it needs it. Otherwise, I got a rubber hose for the back, and then I got the 2 rubber hoses for the front. A Rock Auto. Those wheel cylinders were $7 or $8 a piece. The hoses were $9 or $10. Somehow it all added up to $80 after I had 2 different shipping points at $27 total for shipping or something. I don't know. It was cheaper, you know, same stuff. Anyways, one of the orders came. I think the other one might be in the mailbox today because they're that close.
The mail hasn't come yet.
No. So, delay. Let me get a tape measure. Delay. Audi. Okay. Impressions. Hey, it steers straight. Wonderful that way. Windshield cracked. Out of gas. Look at these signals that are coming out. Some kind of something there with a exploding little thing with a gas thing and anyways. I don't know. This is my first time driving the car. I told you earlier I got a 3-car deal. Well, anyways, there's another car I'm going to move today that I have an engine for, which is the whole reason I bought the rest of the other 2.
We started with the harder stuff.
Yeah.
Subaru engines were practiced at. Doesn't mean we're good at it, but we've done it enough times. He feels confident about it.
No, that would be all right. But I thought I would drive this car. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know. I'm not a. I think the heated seats on. That's nice. But I don't. I don't know. It just seems like this thing's ready to just cost money. We'll get out of town here a little bit and give her some goose. Use up what little gas we got left.
We're gonna be walking, aren't we?
I hope not. You got that camera going?
Yeah.
All right. Mary messed with the glove box and now it don't work. Come on, Germany, get it right. You shouldn't have touched it.
Ah, dang, the seat heater's on. I don't know how to turn that.
Don't mess with it. Okay, so what I discovered. Well, now why is that thing on?
I don't know.
All the buttons are wore out. We don't know what they do.
I hit the turn off everything button. Problem solved.
So we discovered the gas on the dash, the gas thing. The barbecue, we're not sure, or the whale spurting signal. We're not sure what those mean yet. See if I get to 50 by then.
Oh, yeah.
46, 45.
Close enough.
Oh, now it's starting to pick up
We're
speed.
headed northwest.
Oh, look at that. I can close this now. Yeah, that leaks too. You can hear the wind coming through.
Yep.
There's probably a button we can push. That's not it. Hey, you already got enough stuff messed up. So when people take your car for a test drive, this is really what they're doing. How come the dang seat's so hot still? Oh, it's junk. John said it didn't work.
Started to do something.
Yeah, he said.
Well, I hit the turn off everything button, so they'll cool down eventually.
Well, there's a gas station, but I don't want to stop. You know why I don't want to stop? Because I don't know that it'll start again. And I don't want to be that guy putting gas in at the station without shutting her off. So I think we'll make
the petrol station, and it's literally a petrol station, and you can see the gas prices today.
I think we're gonna make a loop back towards the house.
Probably some more.
All right, so we're taking her on a little drive. This is our opinion. The glass makes a wind noise. There is no check engine lights on that we can tell, unless that triangle with a circle, the pyramid thing, is bad. Otherwise, everything seems to be good on this car. It shifts great, power steering's great, the all-wheel drive part works great. The engine, I can't hear it making noise, but we're inside. Mary screwed up the glove box sufficiently, so that's a no-gooder. Whatever paint they used on these,
worn off of the oils from your skin.
We don't know what the heck that thing
I think I just turned off the screen because our butts are still on fire.
Yeah, all the cruise buttons here are wore out. We have an owner's manual to look at it.
It's not in the glove box. That's why I opened it in the first place.
But if anybody's close to Washington and they want this car, I will make you a deal. Got a clean title. And there's some kind of a note from kids on it. I don't know if you wanted to read that or not, Mary.
Yeah, they can pause it and look at it.
Yeah, it's basically rules for riding this car. Yeah, it didn't say on there don't drive over curbs, but hey, the compass even works.
We can pencil it in. That's what I said.
It comes with this
phone holder.
You know.
Okay, you almost got it off because you're jackknifing it. No! Don't litter.
I wasn't gonna, Mary. Why would you think that I would throw that right out the window?
Hey, I mean, at least when I threw something out, it was a cup and I was 4.
Yeah, well. So we're gonna take this thing back to the house, see what happens.
You can tell them that story.
No, I don't want it. It's your story.
Yeah, it's your story too.
Yeah, you were a toddler. You threw stuff out the window and I had to go back for it.
We had this blue plastic cup, and
Nobody's gonna watch this.
Shut up.
Mary. They don't care about you.
We were in. They like cars. We were in the CJ5.
Right, my '63 Willys. Last year the Willys.
Exactly.
Before it went to AMC.
Something people will like.
Kaiser then Willys.
Oh, Kaiser Permanente?
No.
The pharmaceutical?
No, the car company.
Anyways, I had this cup. It was sitting down here. I was in the front seat. We were going camping, me and Dad. And I had this.
On the way back.
I thought it was on the way there.
No, we were coming home.
Anyways, I had this cup.
You can't even tell the story.
Shut
right.
up. I was 4. It's been 16 years, 17 years. I had the cup, and Dad looked at me. I was just playing with it, and Dad looked at me and he said, "Now don't throw that out, Mary." And we got to a stop sign, and so he's looking both ways in traffic. And when he looked the one way as we were turning because we were making a right turn, I chucked it out and right into the ditch just to mess with him. And he turns back around, and I don't have a cup. And he goes, "Where's the cup?" And I went, and he went, "Ah!" and then went back for it.
She was evil.
And then he had to climb in a wet ditch for it.
No, it was on the pavement.
Oh, nice.
Whoa, what's that? Look at all those buttons down there.
More buttons.
I'm gonna have to read the owner's manual.
This is so many buttons. We could fly. We could
fly
Audi, a spacecraft.
I'd like to say nice things about Audi, but this is the only one I've ever driven. Like I say, these brakes work good. This has got good tires and brakes. It seems to run all right.
Got good curb stomping abilities.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Should I try driving over a curb?
There's one right there.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Let's just get it back in the yard and call it a day. This is a win. Okay, I'm ready to go. Sorry for the delay. New socket. First, I'll tell you a story about the place I go. On the shelf they had 2.5. I measured it 2 9/16. I thought, well, I must have did it wrong because the guy tells me that's the biggest one they have. The one I already owned wasn't good enough. I went and got the 2 1/2. It didn't fit. It's too small. Guess what? My measuring devices were right. Went back and got the 2 9/16. They had it in the back. And guess what? 18 bucks. I'm happy now. I'm not messing something up. Let's take this apart. Mary had to go in the house, so I'm filming by myself. Well, she didn't have to go in the house. She had things planned today. Anyway, she's not available. The guy told me that it couldn't be this, and his computer showed it being a different style with the pins, and I said, well, I have that one and it's not that one. So this is the little nut. And it fits, but just barely. It's just the right thing. Now, then you take this piece out. Oh, I don't have a screwdriver. Okay, you take this piece out because it's a lock. And then in theory, this should be the same one for here. It is. So these are tight, but they're not tight, just like a front wheel bearing. So once you get that loose, the lock just holds it in place. Anyway, hey, Rolly. Anyways, what I was saying is, if you try to use a chisel on, you just screw them up. You can do it, and somebody has, and it's just the wrong. You see how that's all, I don't know if you can see, that's all chewed up. These are directional. You can see that's been running on the race. So what I end up doing is I'll assemble this the way that it goes. Like so. I can just leave it set there. Now, I'm going to pull this, I'm going to get more oil. This isn't really a tutorial, but it's a tutorial. So that's just a regular wheel bearing. Feels good. It's had grease all these years. Totally ready to go. Now that thing probably weighs 85 pounds. I don't know. Full of some mud. I feel the oil running on there. Let me get a rag. So then in here's the brakes. Now I bought that wheel cylinder, but to be honest with you, it looks so good I might just do the hoses and leave that mess alone. We've got plenty of brake left. I'm going to clean it all. Well, you know what? Let me get back to cleaning it all. Then I'll show you what I got going on. My hands are greasy. I can't touch the camera. So this is the inside of this one. You see all the dirt in there? It's just field dirt. Dirt here on this guy. I got my catch bucket. You see all that dirt? Just hordes of dirt. Truthfully, it looks like this was in pretty good shape, which I'm really impressed with. They must have had brakes done on it not too long ago. Use the old catchphrase rebuilding, but really it's just cleaning. This stuff's really in good shape on this side. You didn't never know about a vehicle when it's sat for a while. Some, you know, like that Suburban I did, everything was rotten in there. Everything. This sat just as long. Nothing. You know? Yeah, the brakes worked, and that wheel cylinder's not leaking. I don't think I'm going to screw with it. You know, I've had enough experience to know, pick your battles. And this is not a battle I need to start messing with. Alright, so now I'll dump the dirt out of this. Actually, I might rag that first, because I only got so much cleaner. Keep the spider webs out. Alright, there goes $4. Get another new rag, another neater rag, cleaner rag, newer rag. So you guys remember on the other side, I've got a bad wheel stud because I had it turning on the inside when I was impacting it. Then I started using the heat to get the others off, and then I finally just cut that one, so I'll have to replace that. Look at all them spiders in there, set down besiders. Get rid of them. Yeah, I mean, nothing's new, but it's in good serviceable condition. Let's put it back together and do the other side. That'll be fun. I don't know how far I'll get today on this. Like every day, you work on something, you make a little headway. Okay, because we were intelligent, we stacked this in the way it goes. It should just be as simple as reassemble. You guys even see what I'm doing? Let me look at your camera. Oh yeah. You guys can kind of see what I'm doing. So because I stacked those the same way, I know that that's the first one in. Put that down. So just like any other wheel bearing at this point, clean my hands. I get too old for this. Okay. I can take my socket. Alright, so then I want to set the bearing. So I know it's set. Okay. Now back it off a little. See what we got. Check our in play. If I'm happy with it, I'll give it just a little like that. Feeling it, right? Now, because this is going to run in grease, oil, gear oil, you know, and that's the important. If these get dry, then they could, you know, like I say, this was all, you know, this was a working truck. So now the lock, okay, so you see it's got a flat there, and there's a little notch where it was supposed to go in. Okay, and you see that there's a notch right there. There's a keyway. So you got to notch that in. Come on now, notch in there. And that goes in. And then this, there's another flat on there that I probably didn't flatten out. And it just came past, so I'll have to use a chisel on that. Here's my chisel. Here's my hammer. So there's a little spot here. I want to clearance the clearance there. And then this will go in to lock. Now this one can be tight. Okay, and then the lock on the side there's a tab. There's two of them actually. One is in service, the other one's not. And what you want to do is push that up against the flat. Bada bing, bada boom, Bob's your uncle. It should stay. Now on this flange, you can see this was RTV. They probably sell a gasket for this. It's probably available. You can see the massive size of these axles. And you want to check your spline. Okay, none of these are twisted, so somebody didn't get it bound up somewhere. Take a few minutes to remove your old RTV. You just throw that on the ground. Don't worry about it. It's organic. Everything comes from Earth, one way or the other, and it goes back to Earth one way or the other. I know, don't get me started. Anyways, I'm just being stupid. Yeah, you want to, when you sweep up or whatever. Use my gasket scraper here. Gasket scraper that off. There's a fella in North Dakota sells a gasket scrapers, you know, with his part of his promotion or advertisement or his system or whatever. And I always thought maybe I should get one of those, but they're always sold out. So I've been using junk for years. Okay, now that I've got that de-siliconed, I'm going to put it in here like this. And I'm going to demonstrate. You will feel it engage, and then you just line up the bolts. So the idea is if the axle breaks, the wheel stays on, you don't have the truck go into a whole problem. Yes, this piece will stay in, even if the axle breaks anywhere in there, it's bolted. So typically, and there's a tool, and I don't know what it is, but typically if this breaks, you'll take it out and you'll have that stub shaft in there somewhere. Some people use a magnet. There was a tool that could grab it. Some people in the olden days would use a big long pipe and they'd put some welding leads on it and they'd jam it in there and it would kind of arc itself to the old piece and they could pull it out. You could jack the truck way up on one end and tap on the axle. Obviously you can take the cover off and push it out with the... Anyways, I'm going to RTV that, probably not going to show you, and then we'll jump to the other side because I don't want to make the videos too long. Yeah, looks pretty much like the last one. Emergency brake is intact. The brakes have enough meat on them. It's just full of that dirt from the field. Inside, same way. It's just loaded up, you know. But the seals work. Nothing got in there except for that little bit where I took it off. It always makes it always brings some confidence into your project when you open this stuff expecting to have to do something to it, and you're just delighted. Speaking of doing something, the other day, last week's video, I cut that one off with my cutting torch because the nut was spinning inside the knurl. You can see how smooth that is. Here's one that was in service next to it. I'll take it as an example. It's left-handed thread. This one's seen better days. That's why I picked it to go. I'll probably go down to the Les Schwab they're usually more reliable than a parts store. They'll have stuff like this on their shelf. Anyways, these just come in from the back. I tapped it out. I put the lug nut on and then I tapped it out. They're press fit. You can press them, you can tap them out. I do have a little circle tool you put on there, and it's tapered the same as the lug nut, and then you use the lug nut to draw it in. I don't know that it's that diameter. That might be a little bit bigger than the tool, but we will find out. Anyways, the inside here, same deal. It was just, I mean, you can still see it shiny. Yes, I've driven the truck, and that's helped a little bit. But like I say, it always had good brake pressure. It always felt good when you were driving it. What I'm trying to do here is affordably make it reliable. You know, if I was to take this to a shop and say it needs brakes, they're not going to do what I'm doing, okay? And the same as what you're going to do. You're going to do just what's required. They're going to do, well, we got to guarantee everything, so they would turn the drums, put all new parts, run new things. It'd probably be $2,000 worth of stuff to get this truck going. All right, good morning. Raining. Yeah, anyways, you can see this is one of the studs. I think I showed you on the last video clip that I hammered that out. Went down, tried to Les Schwab. The kid looked like he didn't know what these were. Anyways, I got these at O'Reilly's. I had to order them. They're left hand. I just replaced the two. They were $8 a piece, so I had like 16 bucks invested. So I wanted to show you how to install one of these wheel studs. Now, there's a couple ways of doing it. They tap right out real easy, and you don't care about it because you're getting rid of it. Putting it back in. I'm using a piece of the old truck wood out of the trash over there. Putting it back in, they are press fit. Oh, look, I'm turning that the wrong way. It's left hand. Righty lefty, Mary, left hand. So in the O'Reilly's, the kid was confused, and I don't want to pick on the kid. He's a nice kid, but he's like, is that clockwise or counterclockwise? Why did we change the terminology, left hand, right hand? Well, did you see what it does right there, Mary? See how it points in? You can use the nut. In fact, let me go get the tool. You just put that on delay. Oh, he's just saying that to Mary. I said, why do I do this to myself? This car's moldy, it's been setting, it's got a cracked windshield.
Maybe you got to give it the 74 Ford treatment and just shh the whole inside.
Look at this piece of junk.
Oh, cracked windshield.
Cracked. Look at the mold that's in there.
Oh yeah, here, you can show them.
The mold, wet on the floor, it stinks. Come with a hammer. That's the last mechanic who was using it. How many miles are on this hunk of junk? 221,000. Oh yeah, I got the key. I put the key above it and it's still here. Let's see if it runs.
A beaut.
Now, yeah, you know what? Don't have to see my yard full of junk. Mary's gonna film from the top. The goal is to get this from the front of the house to the back. Let's see if we can do it. Wide open too.
Nearly.
Yeah. So I took my foot off the gas.
Hey, it can't be any heavier than a 53 Ford.
As soon as I took my foot off the gas. See now, okay, lesson here. If it takes oil, put oil in it. That one was run out of oil, then they added oil because it has fresh oil. Surprise! It'll do this last thing this car will ever do. Man, why do I do this to myself?
Idiot! You gonna blow it up?
That was it. It's done. Now I shut the key
Your
off.
tire's kind of flat.
I shut the key off at 7,000 RPM because you know why? Because I want to save the heads on that. They're hard to come by. They're about $2,000 for head work on these. So yeah, it's got a bad crank.
Good news, you don't need a witch's ride to keep this hood open.
No. This is a Subaru EJ25 4-cam engine. It's only this big, and it comes out as one piece. Now,
but the spark plugs are hidden underneath so you have to take the
somebody
whole
will
thing
say,
out.
Darren, why did you get this car? Well, first of all, I've invested $300 approximately. I have an engine on a stand in there from another car that has new gaskets, new timing belt, new water pump, all this stuff.
All your cars in the last 6 months have been $300.
Yeah, that's what I pay for them. I told you guys that's the negotiation. That's what I pay for them because that's twice or 3 times what the scrap value is for them. Anyways, someday you may not even see this on the channel, but anyways, we're wasting time. That's just today is a move around yard. I do have some parts for that, so we're gonna get rolling on that. But anyways, that's the story here. What a piece of junk. Why do I own junk? Okay, so this is a tool for installing. I don't know if it's the right. It says fits most wheel stubs in seconds. Guess I've used it. I keep it in the package.
So then he knows what it is.
Easier to find. And then this is the old one. Oh, it is gonna work.
Something to set your dogs off.
All right, there's a bearing in there. So what you do is we're gonna have to set it down. Let me get it started with the old walloper. Just about did it. Let's try this. So for all you guys that think Darian's a hack, he doesn't know what he's doing, you're only half right half the time, which makes you only quarter right. Could be an eighth if I said half one more time. Okay, let's see how this works. Where's my noisemaker?
Which one? I'm right here.
Over here. No, I lost it. Is this my bit? I can't find that tool and it's right there the whole time?
I don't say nothing. If you're not throwing it.
Let's see what happens. Gotta be able to look in here. Oh yeah, she's home. I can feel it, I can see it. Oh my goodness, that's so much better than pounding on them. Okay. So now I've replaced those 2 studs. Last time you saw me use the heat, cut them off. The rest were okay. They wanted $53 to do the whole thing. And I'm like, no.
What a Washington rain. The sun is out. The sky is clear. It is raining.
See, and this is where my hang up is. It's, okay, I replaced those 2. These are 50 years old. These are new. Are these better? Is the metal better? I mean, I don't know. Is it degrading the same? I don't know.
I thought you were about to just chuck it. I was like, what was the reason? What was the point of doing all that just to throw it away?
I'm not as angry as you kids think.
Well, you tend to throw a lot of tools.
Look at that. It's already...
and garbage parts. That's why I said I was showing them.
It's already whooped. Okay, I'll throw the board over there.
Oh, that was pretty lame.
Well, it's a headwind.
Uh-huh. The wind that is blowing, but it's actually a backwind, not a headwind.
I guess I should tell the people about... Oh, you're still filming?
No, I started when you sat down again.
I guess I should tell the people about our experiment, Mary. The likes. Last week we got how many likes so far?
I don't know.
Well, we'll have to check. It goes... People watch the video at different times, but initially we got enough likes to see like it was working like.
Do you want to oil them?
Today, Junior? No, I don't want these coming out.
Well. Buzzkill.
I want them to go in.
Go in your home.
You're being dumb.
Idiot.
Because my feet can't go straight. That's what's.
Oh.
Maybe I'll just use the tool to start the threads. That always goes well. I think there's RTV in there from last time.
In the tool?
Nope.
Remember, guys, he's not a hack.
That's not hack. That's smarter. It works smarter.
Oh, it is a hack. He's not a hack. Different.
Well, this is what I always love about these projects. It's my truck. I'll do it my way.
Careful, kiddo. You're gonna fall off your stool.
That's on purpose.
That's what happens when you lean back in a chair and bash your head. Is that a locking washer I see?
Yeah. Some people say those don't work, but they've been around forever, so.
They keep using them.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the.
Oh, it's less material.
Let's move the lug nuts out of the way because I'm going to pressure wash underneath here. I bought some paint.
Is it chestnut?
No, it's actually real black paint at Rust-Oleum Tractor Supply. I found the can that shook the best.
You're racist against paints.
No, I just don't think the brown looked good.
Oh, yikes. I know. I know.
I like the black. So I think I'm about. It's a brush. Let me move my stuff. Put that on pause, Mary. We got other stuff to do.
Tell us your thoughts. Please like, comment, and subscribe. See you next week.